Yo, what's up guys, it's NLW here, back again with another episode of Monday Night Raw. This of course my series with Spam Wrestling, where we each have a roster of Jax figures from the Ruthless Aggression era, and we're competing Raw versus Smackdown. Spam has Smackdown, he had a great pay-per-view in the form of Judgment Day. Meanwhile here on Raw, we are in the aftermath of Backlash. We saw a huge steel cage match where Batista retained the World Heavyweight title, but what will happen tonight on Raw? Stay tuned to find out, but before we get into the action, please like the video and comment down below what you want to see going forward here for this series. What pay-per-view do you want to happen next? What storylines do you think will happen next? Let me know in the comments below, and of course, as always, subscribe. So without further ado, let's get into it. So we got JR and the King at ringside. They are calling the action tonight, and our opening contest is between Sabu and Raven, two ECW originals going head to head here. Raven takes control with the Bulldog on Sabu. Raven, of course, winning against Jeff Hardy at Backlash in that Raven's Rules match, but Sabu doesn't care because he's flying all over the place, including an Arabian moonsault onto the back of Raven. Sabu continues the offense until Raven throws him into the ring post. This is followed up by a top rope superplex, which wins Sabu considerably. But Sabu, he looks to be down and out. Raven about to hit the Raven effect until Sabu rolls him up and gets the shock victory. And as I mentioned before, these matches are generated randomly in terms of the outcomes, so that is why Sabu wins this matchup. It was a randomly generated outcome. So Sabu, he's celebrating, but Raven is not happy. He attacks Sabu, hitting him with the Raven effect after the match is over. However, as he continues the assault, his opponent from Backlash comes out with a ladder, Jeff Hardy, attacking Raven. He feels he should have won at Backlash. Again, using the ladder to his advantage is Jeff Hardy. He puts him out on the table, and it looks like Jeff Hardy's going to jump off the ladder, but instead climbs to the top of the Titantron, poses for a bit, and then hits an absolutely insane Swanton bomb from the top of the arena, the top of the Titantron, through the table to Raven. Both men are out, and this is to set up a match, another rematch, I should say, between these two later on down the line, perhaps at the next pay-per-view. So, next matchup, match number 2, we've got William Regal making his Raw debut here against Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero, unfortunately, losing at Backlash to Umaga. He's looking to get momentum back on his side with some high-flying offense, including a dropkick and the Three Amigos. Regal, though, he's vicious. He's the heel in this one, using all the tactics to his advantage to try and get an upper hand against Guerrero. Eventually, Guerrero comes back with Three Amigos again to William Regal, trying to get back into the contest. Regal with the Regal stretch, though. Looks like he's got Eddie Guerrero about to submit until Eddie Guerrero, with that lie, cheating and stealing, throws the chair at William Regal to make it look like he's been hit with a chair. Those classic tactics from Eddie Guerrero, the referee, lambasting William Regal, and that allows Eddie Guerrero to roll up Regal and win this matchup here tonight. And this is the match result that I wanted, so I'm glad that the random generated outcome worked in my favour, and that means that Eddie Guerrero defeats William Regal. Next up, we've got a promo segment. The Cutting Edge. Edge is out here gloating about beating Shawn Michaels at Backlash and welcomes his guest, the World Heavyweight Champion Batista, who beat Randy Orton in a steel cage match at Backlash. Edge says to Batista face to face he believes he is the number 1 contender after beating Shawn Michaels at Backlash. Batista says, all you have to do is step up to the challenge, I'll face anyone at any time. But from behind, Randy Orton hits the RKO on Batista, blindsiding him, and when they're about to hit an assault again on Batista, Shawn Michaels makes the save, and then it is announced by the general manager that the main event of tonight's Raw is going to be a tag team match. It is Batista and Shawn Michaels versus Rated RKO in the main event. We'll be excited to see what happens later tonight. Match number 3. Finley's in the ring. He's unbeaten thus far on Raw, and he faces Bobby Lashley in an Intercontinental title match. Lashley, with the power to his advantage, hits a Dominator early on Finley, but Finley hits a Death Valley driver into the corner turnbuckles. Finley comes back with some offense, including a submission on the leg, trying to beat down the wounded Bobby Lashley after his match at Backlash in that triple threat match. Eventually, though, Lashley uses the power to his advantage again, hitting a spear onto Finley, laying him out, and then again laying him out with the running power slam to retain the Intercontinental title. It's a good match. Lashley's still strong as the champion until Armando Estrada comes out on stage with a microphone to say that Umaga will be next in line to challenge for the Intercontinental title match. So I want to set up Umaga versus Lashley for a match down the line. They had a good match at WrestleMania 23. Want to replicate that in this Ruthless Aggression series. Next up, the World Tag Team Champions Johnny Nitro and The Miz come out. Nitro's going to be in singles action against the master of the 619, Rey Mysterio. He's got the high-flying advantage, but Morrison, or I should say Nitro, has the parkour, so he's going to hit a standing shooting star press, and Rey Mysterio diving over onto Nitro. Miz is at ringside though, causing several distractions for Nitro to take advantage. Nitro though hits a Hurricane Rana, and Rey Mysterio lands on his feet. 619 to both Miz and Johnny Nitro. He looks to hit the West Coast pop until he gets caught in midair with a code breaker out of nowhere from Chris Jericho, and Jericho hits the assault on Rey Mysterio with a brainbuster on the steel stairs. This causes a disqualification. Rey Mysterio wins by DQ, but Chris Jericho, after turning heel at Backlash on Rey Mysterio, continues his heel assault here tonight on Raw. Next up, before the main event, a backstage segment. Kennedy and Carlito are arguing about the match last night at Backlash, where they both failed to win the Intercontinental title in that triple threat against Lashley. Kennedy makes a bet to Carlito, says, "I bet you can't beat the next guy who walks through that door." Carlito accepts the challenge, and in walks the Great Khali. The first time I've seen Great Khali on this series. So next week on Raw, it's going to be Khali versus Carlito. And now it's time for the main event, as Rated RKO team up in a tag team match against the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, and his partner, the Animal, the World Heavyweight Champion, Batista. These two teams both squared off in singles matches at Backlash, so they are now in this blockbuster tag team match. Randy Orton gets hit with a flying forearm, and then Orton comes back with a DDT on the floor to Shawn Michaels. So Shawn Michaels, he's got the heat on him, including an execution DDT to Michaels in the middle of the ring. Edge goes for the spear, but gets caught with a super kick while he was going to try and hit the spear. That allows Batista to make the hot tag, hitting a spinebuster on Orton, a spear on Edge, and the Animal is in control until Orton and Michaels pair off after Orton breaks up the pin. They're fighting on the outside. The referee, he's distracted with Michaels and Orton just as Batista is about to hit the Batista bomb. Edge has the world title and hits it off the skull of Batista while the referee is distracted by the action outside. That allows Edge to get the pin and the win for his team. Rated RKO win the match, but more importantly, Edge gets a pinfall victory over the Animal Batista. Edge is gloating after the match, setting up a world title match between Edge and Batista for down the line, and he steals the world title. So he's not the champion, but he steals the title to taunt Batista, and that's what the image is, holding the world title as we go off the air. What did you think of the episode? If you liked it, please like the video. Also comment down below what you want to see next in this series, maybe a Survivor Series, maybe a certain pay-per-view or match type you want to see. Let me know in the comments below, and also what you thought of the episode. Where do you think things are going to go? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching Spam Wrestling's channel. Link will be in the description, so subscribe to him as well to see the next episode of Smackdown in this series. That's it from me though. I will catch you guys later.